back at Rochester High School for the starting lineup. First for the 7-7 Elkhart Memorial Lady Chargers. At one guard will be a 5'6" sophomore, Sydney Lepsinski. The second guard will be a 5-foot sophomore, McKenna Curry. At one forward will be a 5'8" senior, Adriana Jones. The second forward will be a 5'8" junior, Skylar Axum. The third forward will be a 5'5" sophomore, Cambria Dale. Elkhart coached by Mr. Steve Scott. For the Rochester Lady Zebras, at one guard will be a 5'3" senior, Alexa Holland. The second guard, a 5'5" senior, Becky Malco. The third guard, 5'6" senior, Allie Larkin. The fourth guard will be a 5'5" sophomore, Morgan Rush. Rough, that is. And in the middle tonight for the Lady Zebras will be 6'2" sophomore, Kennedy Musselman. Rochester coach from Mr. Tony Stasiak. So Rochester will be in their home whites, and Elkhart Memorial will be in the road blacks. Brad Thomas, Abby Malco, I'm David Musselman.
Wrap up of today's scores. Of course, Elkhart Memorial beat Taylor this morning in the second game, 51-37. Rochester was over Hamilton Heights in the first game this morning, 52-39. And then Hamilton Heights defeated Taylor in the first game this evening, 51-37. And now we're getting ready to tip
the final
fourth
game
and final game
of the inaugural Zebra Holiday Classic. And Abby, as we said in the pregame, this Elkhart Memorial team plays much bigger than 5'5".
Yes.
It'll be Jones and Musselman to jump center. Rochester will go to the left. Ball is up, and the tip controlled
off the referee
by Elkhart Memorial.
Holland fought for it. She just couldn't come up with the loose ball.
Axum down low to Lepsinski. Her jumper no good. Jones with the rebound. Jones kicks it out to Lepsinski. Her jumper is no good, and we're going to have an offensive foul, actually an over-the-back call on Jones for Elkhart Memorial, and that's something, Abby, that did not happen a lot this morning.
But we talked about this morning, and guess who it was? Morgan Ruff just backs her up. Like we said, one of the only people who likes to do all the fundamental things, and she got an over-the-back call right there.
2-2-1 half-court trap by Elkhart Memorial. Rochester breaks the press. Outside to Becky on the right wing. Malco stands behind the arc, sends left wing to Holland. X dribbles to the baseline. Outside to Larkin, top of the key, now left. 2-3 zone for Elkhart Memorial. To Ruff, to Larkin, or Malco, down low to Musselman. Jumper is short. Kennedy gets the rebound. Putback is good.
Well, that time she kept her feet planted, even though she come up short on the shot. She was right there for the putback rebound.
That's there all day if they can utilize it.
Yep. Good job by Ruff and Malco moving the ball quickly from the free throw line to the wing, back down low.
Lapinski with the basketball. Top to Dale. She drives left against Larkin. Kicks it outside to Axum. Axum in the paint. Rises up from 5 foot off the back of the rim. No good. Allie Larkin grabs the board. Allie Larkin rips and runs for Rochester. Up 2-0. Minute 15 gone in this basketball game. Right side to Malco. Lobs it into Musselman. A tough pass to handle off the hands of Ruff and picked up by Jones for Little Lady Chargers. Jones runs to our right. Now middle of the floor in the paint. Rises up. Fouling the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
So Morgan Ruff going to pick up the foul. She came in to try and help on the side.
Well, if she doesn't pick up the foul, Jones is going coast to coast and laying it in.
You're right. Yep.
One of those things where
Larkin, I'm sorry,
Lady Zebras need to get set for a charge. It's the only way to stop that play.
Jones at the line for two freebies. The first one is
no good.
Did it hit the rim?
Yes, skimmed.
Okay.
Skimmed off the front, yep.
One more coming for Jones, a 5'8 senior. Eyes a second one, lets it fly, no good. Rebound tipped around. Holland comes out of there with it. X runs. Rochester with the numbers. X outside left to Malco. She drives the baseline, wrap around past the muscle and taken away down low by Lepinski. And she finally gets it to Dale, and she pushes. 2-0 Rochester. 6:20 to play in the first quarter. Lepinski outside left, now backs it out to the volleyball line and resets against the man-to-man defense. Gets a pick, goes left, goes to paint, throws up a shot over Musselman. It's good. Tough to play defense flat-footed, and we're tied at 2-2. Half-court trap coming again. Three-quarter court press, I should say, by the defense. Rochester yet to cross the timeline. Holland to Larkin. We got to hurry. Just does get it across to Malco. To Ruff. Tough pass down low to Musselman. Her layup is good.
Wow.
Great job by Morgan Ruff. She recovered on the bad pass. Just a little behind the back bounce pass to Musselman, who laid it in.
5:40 to play. First quarter. Rochester up 4-2. Rochester in a man-to-man defense. Lapinski gets a pick going left, and now we're going to have a foul on Becky Malco, who tried to run through the Axum pick.
Well, that was set up by Lipinski because she did a great job of utilizing that pick that was set for her. She didn't leave any space between the person setting the pick and Malco. There was no room to get through there.
Dale gets to Jones. Musselman blocks it. Get it out of here! Picked up by Kennedy and now gives to Mo. Mo runs through the center circle. Right side of Larkin, in the corner to Malco. Becky, wrap around, pass down, little rough. Has it knocked away. She gets it back outside to Malco. She drives the baseline, and a tough entry pass skips away from Musselman out of bounds.
Well, that's the third turnover for Rochester, and all three of those turnovers have come trying to get it down low on the paint. And not that one, but the other two previous ones, they're trying to throw it in when the player's double teamed, and that's never a good situation.
X now draws Lapsinski. Crosses the timeline against the double team and travels.
That's the first turnover.
I'm not sure if it's forced travel or not, a forced turnover, but we'll take it.
And like you were saying earlier, Brad, in the first quarter of last game, too, we had a couple passes trying to thread the needle through the hole, not there.
Yeah. Ruff at the free throw line. Out to Holland. 3 left wing for the Lady Zebras is off the mark. No good. Offensive rebound to Malco. Out to Larkin. She'll take the long jumper. It's good.
Great job by Allie Larkin. She led the Lady Zebras in scoring this morning, and she's on the board here this evening.
Fantastic at the free throw line this morning.
Yeah.
6-2 Rochester. Here comes the half-court trap. Jones gets the pass. Drives it right. In the corner to Curry. She drives the baseline. Throws up jumper. It's good. And that's a teardrop jumper over the defense. And now it's 6-4. It's tough to defend. Yeah. Here comes a 2-2-1 three-quarter court trap. Holland around the defense, gives to Larkin.
As high as Curry gets off the floor, the reason that's tough to defend, you get a shoe in the face.
That's right.
Exactly.
Larkin outside right to Malco. Becky with the basketball. Down low to Musselman. Backs her way in. Throws up a shot. It's good again.
Musselman now with 6 points in the first quarter.
Jones quickly up the floor. Right side of the floor. She goes to the basket. Shot blocked, but Kennedy going to pick up the reach foul. And that's going to send Jones to the line to shoot 2.
Allie Larkin ready, set for the screen. A little too early, just right around her.
But boy, you can see the quickness in Elkhart Memorials. They're quickly back down the floor in that transition.
Absolutely. Rochester playing a team a little more matched like themselves, unlike any time before.
Adriana Jones on the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Chargers. She eyes the first one and lets it fly. The senior draws nothing but the front of the rim. Well, she'll have one more.
She's 0 for 3 from the free throw line here in this ball game. So I'm saying don't give her the layup. Send her to the free throw line.
Right.
Yeah, but we only have 7.
Give and take, give and take.
Jones shoots the second one. It's good again.
There she dialed it in.
Movement on the line by the Lady Chargers, not called. X breaks the press easily, and she is fouled by Curry.
That's Curry's first, team second.
4:07 to play, first quarter. Rochester up 8-5, and it'll be out of bounds to Rochester, right in front of the Rochester bench, going to our left. Brad Thomas, Abby Malco, I'm David Musselman.
We've had a couple open threes that have not fallen. We can get a couple of threes to drop. This zone will loosen up.
Yep, you're right, but the looks have been great.
Yeah, they have been.
Malco wrap around, pass to Larkin, back to Holland, top of the key. X dribbles left, gives to Larkin. She'll fire a 3 left wing. Good again!
And right on cue, Allie Larkin brings us a three-pointer.
11-5 Rochester with 3:40 to play in the first quarter. Here comes a half-court trap again. Lipinski out to Curry. Long 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Musselman clears the board and gives it off to Larkin. Rochester runs up by 6. Larkin through the center circle for the Lady Zebras. High on the right side of Malco. Malco dribbles to the middle of the floor. Now to the left wing against the Memorial's 2-3 zone. High on the right side is Holland. Now back to Malco, left wing.
You're starting to see that 2-3 zone snap as Malco turns it over on the travel. You're starting to see that 2-3 zone move further away from the baseline. They're up past the volleyball line now.
One backdoor cut away from breaking that open.
You're
down
right.
low.
Carruthers and also, who else came in? I believe Billings Tiller came in as well. So Musselman comes out of the game with 6.
Yes, and Dahlquist comes in to replace her.
And I'm a big fan of Carruthers, too, after watching her play this morning. Curry drives the baseline, makes that Jones drives the baseline, throws it up for 2. Drove right around, blew right around Mo.
Yes.
4-point lead now for Rochester. Malco breaks the press, goes to the basket, outside to Holland. She goes to the basket hard. She's no good, but a foul coming on Elkhart Memorial. Next, will go to the line to shoot 2.
And I wasn't even sure where Alexa Holland was coming out of. Saw her from the corner of her eye. Good read by both those players. Good play.
Dale picks up her first personal foul, and Alexa Holland will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Zebras. First on the way for the seniors. Good.
Alexa's an 80% free throw shooter, and that one was nothing but net.
Yes, highest on the team by far.
Maddie Shively will come into the game for the first time as X takes the practice free throw. It's good, but it won't count. Shively comes back into the game for the first time tonight, and Mo will sit down. Boy, if Shively draws Jones, yikes.
Yeah, she's going to have to be quick on her feet.
You're not kidding. Holland's third one. Second one is good. 13-7 Rochester. Full court press now for the Lady Zebras. Lubzinski crosses the timeline against Malco.
Shively's got to stay on her toes. If she drops on her heels, she's going to be toast.
Yep.
Jones works against Shively. Goes to the basket hard. Dump down pass to Carruthers. Her jumper over. Dahlquist is good. 13-9. Boy, you can't leave them on the bench very long. No. You can't have that happen every trip down the floor.
Right.
Hauling around the defense. Out to Larkin. Now to on top of the key. Swings left side to Malco. Becky for three. Left wing. Looks good in and out. No good. Dahlquist with the rebound and is tripped out of bounds by Carruthers. It'll stay with the Rochester baseline left. Love the effort. Love the effort.
Good aggression. Great
block out and rebound by Dahlquist.
Holland baseline left will trigger it in. 2:22 to play in the first quarter. Rochester by 4. Holland looking. Bounce pass into Malco. Becky in the paint. Foul on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Carruthers is going to pick up her first foul. Team 4th.
2:20 to play. First quarter. Rochester up 13-9. And Becky Malco at the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Zebras. Becky eyes the first one, lets it fly, and it's good. She'll have one more. Rochester by 5. With one more freebie for the senior coming. Becky eyes the second one, lets it fly, and it's good again. 15-9 Rochester, 2:20 to play in the first half.
She keeps shooting free throws like that, your dad might let her ride home with you.
I think so, too. Maybe. Got to make the rest, though.
Jones to Dale. Down low to Jones. Wrap around pass to Carruthers. Blocked by Dahlquist. Picked up by Shively. Now to Larkin. Now to Malco.
Great
nice
defense.
job by...
Great play by Dahlquist. Comes out of nowhere. Clean block.
Larkin. Malco. Malco in the backcourt. Chases it down and picks it up. Now runs for Rochester. And then Carruthers just picked up foul number 2.
And Becky will go back. Nope, that's just 15 foul. Sorry.
Axum will come back into the game for Carruthers, who had a big afternoon as well. I believe she had 10 this morning. And she'll come out with 2 fouls. She was in the game for about a minute and a half, and Axum comes back in. So 1:53 to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 15-9. It'll be Lady Zebra basketball going to our left as Malco will walk us right through the center circle and work against the 2-3 zone. High on the right side of Holland. Holland around the defense. Down the center circle for the Lady Zebras. Step shot again and reset.
And we're seeing that zone work its way out a little higher each time.
Yep.
The front 2 players are out above the three-point line now, and that back row is above the volleyball line.
Oh, yes, almost the volleyball line.
Holland inside the three-point line, now to Malco. Malco on the wing, drives in the paint, throws up a shot. She's fouled on the shot. She should go to the line for 2. Nope, it'll be out of bounds. It'll be foul on the floor.
On the floor.
So Lipinski picks up the foul, her first, team 6.
Good move to get the ball out of the corner. You didn't want to stay there too long with the trap defense coming at you.
90 seconds to play. Lob pass comes into Malco. She'll fire a 3 right wing. No good. And the rebound to Lipinski. Lipinski is left-handed. Coach Stasiak says keep her right. Down the floor, and nobody paying attention, including her own teammates, and the ball is chucked out of bounds.
Well, that's just the second turnover for Elkhart Memorial.
Ruff and Musselman back in as Shively and Dahlquist to come out. Minute 20 to play in the first quarter. Rochester by 6.
Good minutes by Dahlquist.
Yeah, boy.
Good minutes.
Here comes a half-court trap by Memorial. Holland through the center circle to Ruff. Now to Malco right side. Becky down low to Ruff. Throws up a shot. No good. Rebound tipped around and Musselman. God bless America.
Yep,
just pick up foul number 2.
Pick up a cheap foul, number 2.
I think Ruff going in, looking for contact, none at all, bounces off the backboard, just
you're right.
sloppy possession.
I think so too. Ruff had a good look at it, so I think she made the shot harder than it needed to be because she thought she was going to get contact.
Yep.
I got a feeling she might be down for a while.
Yeah, at least till the next third quarter.
Minute to play. 15-9 Rochester. Here comes the half-court trap, and now we're going to have a 30-second Memorial timeout. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Good Oil Company.
to play in the first quarter. Rochester up by 6 at 15-9. And after the Memorial timeout, they've got the basketball going to our right. Jones at the free throw line, outside to Lipzinski. Her long jumper is good for 2 points. 15-11. 1-2-2, three-quarter court press. Larkin gets it across to Holland. Holland high on the right side. Now in the middle of the floor. Now to Larkin in between the rings. Back to Holland. Now to Larkin. Holland right side. 3 from the wing. Good!
Holland gets the first three-pointer for her tonight.
30 seconds. Jones has the ball chipped away. It's loose on the floor. We're going to have a tie-up. And Rochester going to get it on another turnover.
Great effort from Holland and Larkin.
Well, you get it down there around the ankles, and X is going to swipe it every time.
Exactly.
25 seconds to play first quarter. Rochester up 18-11. Rochester now looking at a man-to-man defense put on by Elkhart Memorial. Malco against Billings. Tiller gives to Holland with 10. X in the left wing inside the three-point line. Now backs it out with 7. X gets a pick with 5. Crossover dribble with 4. Goes to the basket, throws up a shot. It's good. After 1, Rochester leads by 9, 20-11. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. The second quarter, Rochester had a better first quarter tonight than they had at first half this morning.
I would agree. Yeah. Especially looking at the scoreboard, even a lot more points in the first half.
Yeah, they needed to because Elkhart Memorial pushed them.
It'll be interesting to see now what happens to the inside game. Yeah, Emma is playing a great game, but can we utilize her offensively to open up the outside a little bit?
Right, and I wonder if we look, I know we had a lob pass turnover in the first quarter, but bounce passes are getting swallowed up as well. So
yeah. So Memorial starts the second quarter of the basketball. Dale outside to Lipinski. Oh, she almost travels. No call. Gives to Jones. Jones has her on the ground. Loses the basketball. Ruff right there to pick it up. Mo with the basketball and runs. Mo up the floor for Rochester. Right side of Malco. 18-footer right side. And good as it rattles home. And Rochester up by 11 at 22-11.
In the pregame, Coach Stasiak said we needed seniors to hit some shots, and
they're doing it
so far.
Wraparound pass taken away by Larkin. Larkin runs for Rochester. Lady Zebras with the numbers. Outside right now in the middle of the floor is Larkin. Gives it out to Malco. Shoot it from there. Malco drives in the paint, rises up. Shot no good, but a foul coming on Memorial. Becky will go back on the line to shoot 2.
I shot her from out there.
I like the shot selection from Malco as she found the seam in the middle of that zone. She took it into the middle of the paint and got a 6-footer off the glass. I like that shot.
I thought you had a green light anywhere inside the 10-second line.
Yeah, I mean, Coach never said it, but...
Yeah, I knew. It was implied.
Unwritten rules.
Curry back into the game for Memorial, and coming out of the game is Billings Tiller, and Malco misses the first free throw. She'll have one more.
No ride home.
Becky, second free throw on the way is no good, and Mo falls into the lane.
Yep.
Actually, the free throw was good, but it was waved off because of the lane violation. Well, you just don't see that very often.
Nope.
I mean, I don't know if last time I've seen that out of a Rochester team. 22-11. Rochester lead. Lipzinski outside to Curry. Curry against the sideline, gets it out to Lipzinski. Lipzinski drives it left in the paint, throws up a shot, foul on the way up, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Was that Mo or Dahlquist?
Going to be Mo.
Morgan.
That's her second. Team 5th. So Musselman and Ruff both with 2 now.
So going to the line will be Lipzinski. These guys aren't any better than what we saw this morning. First free throw is good. She'll have one more. 22-12, and Shively will come back into the game for Mo.
So the confusion is Morgan wasn't close to the play?
She said, I think Morgan was saying I didn't touch her.
Oh, okay.
One more coming for Lipzinski, the 5'6" sophomore. The lefty eyes the second one. No good. And X with the rebound. 22-12, Rochester by 10. Under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Holland works right side, kicks it out to Malco. Becky at the free throw line. Wrap around pass to Larkin. 3, left baseline of the way is short. And the rebound to Memorial. Down the floor to Jones. Jones shot blocked by Larkin. Ball's loose, and we're going to have a tie-up.
Going to go back to Rochester.
Rochester going to get it back. Emma Dahlquist right there again.
Also very impressed. A couple possessions ago, we had a trap in the corner. Emma Dahlquist, as a post player, very quick out in that corner.
She's fast.
For her defense, yes, I agree.
Becky Malco will walk it up. Of course, Larkin started that with the deflection.
Yep.
Or the block, I should say. Now Rochester with the back going to our left. Larkin goes right side to Malco. Becky penetrates, cut off by the defense, outside to Holland on the left wing. X with the basketball. Rochester by 10, going to our left. Holland step back 3 is short. I believe Memorial got a piece of that.
Yep.
Lepsinski with the basketball middle of the floor. She'll go coast to coast. She throws up a shot, no good. Larkin to the rebound. Nice job by Holland. Bumped her a little bit and then kind of gave her ground, and I think Lepsinski was expecting a bump a little harder than that.
Yep.
Malco down low to Dahlquist. Emma backs her way in, throws up a shot. It is good. Emma Dahlquist with 2, and it's 24-12.
Well, so far, Rochester's defense here in this second quarter is what's keeping them with this 12-point lead.
And then on the outside, Dale travels. Karina Peterson comes in for the first time for Rochester, and Emma Dahlquist will sit down. 24-12 Rochester with 5:47 to play in the first half. Lady Zebras of the basketball going to our left. Malco gets a pick from Holland, rolls left, flips a double team, but loses the basketball into the hands of Curry. Curry pushes for Memorial, outside to Jones. Jones against Holland, just about had her pocket picked, outside to Dolzinski, and she travels.
Well, that's the 8th turnover now for Memorial. They just had 3 in the first quarter.
24-12. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, we're flipping garments around. Jacket just went flying off of Coach Scott.
Oops.
Yeah, that's a travel, dude. Anytime that you take too many steps, that's a travel.
Everyone does it.
Malco, outside to Holland. X, middle of the floor. Left side to Becky. Becky with the basketball on the left wing. Law pass inside to Shively. And then she saves them going out of bounds as Peterson, but right into the hands of Dale. Dale with the basketball for Memorial. Kicks it out to Lepsinski. Her 3 is short. Rebound to Shively, who gives to Malco. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Rochester up by 12 at 24-12.
Basketball must be getting slippery because a lot of people are having trouble keeping a hand on it.
Well, it is raining in here.
Might as well be. It's raining everywhere else.
Malco high on the left side against the man-to-man defense. 4:45 to play in the first half. Rochester up 24-12. Larkin sends outside right to Malco or to Holland. X with the basketball. Now to Larkin between the rings. A 3 over the defense on the way is off the side of the rim. No good. And out of bounds. And coming back into the game is Billings Tiller. And coming out is Lepsinski for Elkhart Memorial. Brad Thomas, Abby Malco, I'm David Musselman. 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. Rochester up 24-12. Billings Tiller across the timeline for the Lady Chargers. Left side to Dale. Dale with the basketball. Cross court right to Curry. Curry looking for Jones, has her on the baseline. Drives the baseline, cut off by the double team, throws up a tough shot, and it goes in. Great athleticism right there by Jones, and she puts it in for 2.
As I say, the last couple of possessions for Memorial, Jones really the only one being very active.
Well, that's what happened this morning, Brad.
Yeah.
She was the one-man show this morning. Malco, wrap around pass to Larkin, and pull up 15-footer on the way from the right baseline is good.
Larkin now with 7 for the Lady Zebras.
With the shorter lineup on the court, Zebras are going to have to hit a few shots in the next couple minutes.
Yep, I agree.
And I like that little 8 to 10-foot jumper.
Yep.
It's open on the baseline.
Billings Tiller outside left to Dale. Back to Billings Tiller, works to the right wing to Curry. Curry looking for Jones. Back to Billings Tiller, high on the left side to Dale. 3:40 to play in the first half. Dale just about had it stolen, gets to Billings Tiller. Right side to Jones. Jones around the defense. Gets it to Curry. Outside to Billings Tiller. 3 away. Top of the key is good. 26-17.
That's the first 3-pointer for Elkhart Memorial in this ballgame.
Might be the first one attempted. Nah, maybe not. Lepinski had one too. Holland in the paint, goes to the basket, and stolen by Memorial. Now Jones. Jones runs for Lady Chargers. Jones down low. Shot blocked out of bounds by Larkin. Get it out of here.
Third block shot of the night?
Yeah.
We're getting up there.
Dahlquist back in, and Peterson to sit down. 3:08 to play in the first half. Rochester up 26-17. Baseline right is Curry, looking to trigger it in. Over the top of the defense to Jones. Jones against Larkin. Jones drives it left, crossover dribble, goes down the lane. Her jumper on the way is no good, but a foul coming to Rochester. And Jones will go to the line to shoot 2 freebies.
Dahlquist going to pick up the foul. And I thought Dahlquist did a good job of coming in, helping on the backside with Larkin.
Yeah.
Larkin did a good job of not crowding Jones, giving her a step back so she wouldn't get around her.
Jones has 2. First one on the way is good. She'll have 1 more. Hendriana Jones, a 5'8" senior at the line for 1 more for the Lady Chargers. Second on the way is no good. Rebound to Dahlquist over the back, not called. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Memorial. You got to get her off her back.
Yes, over the back, for sure.
So Rochester will bring it up the floor. Malco will do so. And the man-to-man defense picks her up at the timeline. Malco around Billings Tiller. Outside now to Larkin. 2:55 to play in the first half. Rochester's lead now at 8. Malco sees it go through her hand. She picks it up before it goes out of bounds. At the timeline, dribbles around the defender, loses the handle, picked up by Billings Tiller. Billings Tiller, middle of the floor. She'll go coast to coast, down low to Jones. Jones is hammered by Dahlquist.
And now Dahlquist with 2.
She'll go back to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus for Memorial.
This is the fifth trip to the free throw line for Memorial, and I'm sure that's going to be something discussed at halftime by the Lady Zebras.
Well, we got to get to halftime.
Almost all of them by Jones as well, correct?
Yeah. Jones has 1 in the bonus. First one is good. So have 1 more. 26-19. Rochester's 14-point lead at one time. Now down to 7. Jones will have 1 more for the Lady Chargers. Looking to cut the Rochester lead to 6. Senior eyes the second one, lets it fly. In and out, and rolls around and goes back in. 26-20. Rochester by 6. Now it's somehow got to get to halftime with 2.5 to play. You know, you got 3 sophomores saddled with 2 fouls each.
Yep.
Malco right side. Her pass tipped away, and she was hammered hard by Axum. No call. X has the basketball around the defense at the free throw line. She backs it out for Rochester. X drives it left. Still behind the 3-point line with 2:10 to play in the first half. Malco down low to Dahlquist. Emma gives to Shively. Ball loose in the lane. We're going to have a tie-up, and it's going to go back to Elkhart Memorial on the turnover.
1 too many passes. Right now, Rochester looking for some kind of offense.
26-20, Rochester. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Wrap around pass to Curry. Curry back to Billings. Now to Jones. Jones in the paint. Kicks it outside to Dale. She travels. No call. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. No good. Rebound to Jones. She puts it back up, and it's no good. Ball tipped around. Larkin comes out of there with it. Allie with the basketball. Gives the head to Holland. 1:40 to play in the first half. Rochester clinging to a 6-point lead. Holland works high on the right side for Rochester against the man-to-man defense. Now to Malco. Against Billings Tiller. Outside to Holland in the 30. 3 left wing. Nope. Offensive rebound to Malco. Becky loses the handle. Throws up a shot in the lane. She's fouled by Curry. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Like you said, got to get to the next minute. 24 seconds with a couple of the in foul trouble players that we have on the bench right now.
So Curry picks up her second. So Lipinski, Curry, and Carruthers all with 2 for Elkhart Memorial.
Becky Malco with 2 freebies here. First one on the way for the senior is, good. That hung on the front of the rim and fell through. Lepzinski back into the game, and Dale will sit down. 27-20 Rochester. Becky with 1 more freebie looking to push this lead back to 8. Brad Thomas, Abby Malco. I'm David Musselman. Becky's second on the way for Rochester. Nothing but the bottom of the net. She has 2 on that one. 28-20. Lepzinski against Malco across the timeline. How many fouls did Becky have, Brad?
1.
She runs over Malco, no call, and the forearm went out, no call of the charge. Out to Curry, 3 over the defense, no good. Rebound to Malco. Malco then loses the handle because she was hammered down low to Jones, and Holland stays are going out of bounds in the hands of Larkin. 1 minute to play.
Well, it's going to be a physical game. You're going to have to get used to the contact and take care of the basketball. That's got to be your number 1 priority, regardless of the contact. You got to take care of the basketball.
54 seconds. Holland backs out to the volleyball line, down to 45. X with the basketball, drives in the paint. Kicks it out to Larkin behind the arc and top of the key with 40. Allie dribbles against Jones. Backs it out to Holland. Make that Malco high on the right side with 35. Becky dribbles to the free throw line. Left wing pass to Holland with 30. X against the man-to-man defense. Backs it out between the rings. Now in the center circle with 27. Rochester up by 8 as the first half coming to a close. X at the timeline with 20. Now to Malco high on the left side with 18. Crossover dribble against the man-to-man defense to Holland with 13. X holds with 12. Hands off to Malco with 10. Becky with 9. She drives it left with 8. Drives it left with 7. Stops outside to Holland with 4. Holland with 3. Holland with 2. Jumper at the buzzer off the glass and no good. After the first half, Rochester leads 28-20. You're listening to Ladies Eager Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Tattletale.
Yeah. Problem is she was making more than she was missing.
Yeah.
Rochester's original 5, along with Elkhart Memorial's original 5. Rochester now will go to our right. Larkin will look to get it in. Does so to Malco. Becky the basketball, drives it right hard. In the paint, she is fouled immediately by Dale.
That's her
half, that they let that go.
Yeah.
4 seconds into the half, first foul for Memorial. Holland, baseline right, will look to get it in. X, bounce pass into Ruff. Ruff behind the arc on the right wing. Holland now has the ball from Ruff. He'll take a wide open 3. It's good. Wide open.
That's a good way to start.
That was interesting.
Lead back to 11 to 31 to 20.
Well, they had Musselman wide open that entire possession down low.
Not only that, she was wide open as well, yeah.
Subzinski with the basketball against Holland. Drives it inside the three-point line. Out to Curry. Now top to Dale. Dale drives it left. Wrap around pass. Dump down low to Jones. Kicks it out to Subzinski. Her jumper's no good. Ball being tipped around, and Memorial comes out of there with it.
Not sure how that one got through.
Down low.
And you see what they're doing. They're trying to work against Musselman, who's already got 2 fouls.
Axum decided to kick that out. It's probably a wise decision. Now Dale has it at the timeline. A man-to-man defense for Rochester. Ooh, Dale pushes off, no call. Around the defense, goes to the baseline, kicks it out to Axum. Axum on the right wing, wraparound pass to Zinski. Her jumper is good with her foot on the line, a toe on the line. She was an inch away from three-pointer, but she gets a 2, and it's 31 to 22. 6:45 to play in the third quarter. Holland to make that Larkin across the timeline, picks up her dribble, hands off to X on the left side. Alexa drives it right for Rochester. Middle of the floor now against Jones. Right side to Malco. Becky's the basketball against Curry, takes her to the elbow. Now Larkin drives the baseline, throws up a 5-footer. It's no good, too hard. Larkin's putback is on the way and good.
Nice job by Allie Larkin not to give up on it. The first shot was too hard off the back of the rim. She's right there to get the rebound, put it back.
Pad your stats.
Like you said, those good mid-range jumpers are open on the baseline.
6:16 to play, third quarter. Dale. Lipinski. Outside to Dale, behind the arc. Her pass is taken away and stolen by Malco. Becky Malco will cruise in for the right-handed layup. Is good, and it's 35-22. 6 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Good defense can usually lead to easy offense.
Curry to Jones. Jones being double-teamed over the top of the defense. Now to Dale. Lipinski on the right wing. Fakes a 3, gives to Dale on the right baseline. Ball is loose and picked up by Memorial near the timeline. I don't think Kennedy was going to outrun Curry.
Yeah, it's been close.
Jones backs away in over the top of the defense to Curry. Right side to Lipinski. You're next, Emmy. She backs it out. About 10 feet behind the three-point line. Got to Axum.
Got Holland playing the middle of the zone down in the paint.
Yeah, you're right.
Axum to Dale. To Curry. 3 left wing for the Lady Chargers. Jams between the rim and the backboard. Picked up by Ruff, and she runs. Mo, middle of the floor for Rochester. Hesitates. Now backs it out, resets, now accelerates to the basket. Outside to Larkin. Larkin at the free throw line, extended right. Now to Holland. X right wing, looking down low on the block to Musselman. Nice entry pass. Kennedy down low, throws up a shot. We're going to have a travel first. 5 minutes to play. Third quarter, Rochester up 35-22. Tough place to catch a pass under the basket.
Yeah.
Power dribble, young lady. Power dribble.
Well, she really needed to turn back towards the top of the key.
Of course, she's not dribbling. Wow, Kennedy, come on. You got to keep your hands off of her. She rode her all the way down the paint, and Axum is going to go to the, nope, it's going to be out of bounds before the shot, and Daltos will have to come back in, and Kennedy will pick up foul number 3.
Like we said before, being one step behind.
Well, slow feet usually get your hands in trouble. So
Rochester will use a timeout. The 30, you're listening to Ladies Eager Basketball, 92.1 WROI. 4:52 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 35-22. Memorial the basketball. Inbound pass is deflected and stolen by Larkin. Allie pushes ahead to Malco in the right corner. Becky now in the paint. Down low to Dahlquist. Emma loses the handle out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Memorial out of bounds. Woo, it'll stay with Rochester. Baseline left is Holland. She'll look to trigger it in. X with the basketball. Looking to get it in. Gets it into Ruff. And we're going to have a travel in Morgan.
That's a tough pass to handle by Ruff as, that ball was passed in before she actually had position down low. Her attempt to try and keep the ball from being turned over, she ends up traveling.
Rochester by 13. Dale high on the right side. Wraparound pass is taken away by Malco. Becky left-handed layup is good. Woo! As it bounces about around on the rim 3 times, and it's 37-22.
That's 2 easy layups for Malco on an anticipated jumping the passing route.
Jones in the corner against a double team on the baseline. Over the top to Curry, high on the left side. Gives top of the key to Lipsinski. Now to Jones in the paint. Jones goes to the basket hard, throws up a tough shot. It's good high off the backboard.
Wow.
That puts her in double digits.
She's good. She is good.
Yep.
4 minutes to play in the third. Malco against Curry. Works her to the left wing. It picks up her dribble. Bounce pass to Holland. X high on the left side against Jones. Gets a pick from Dahlquist. Oh, wide open 3, top of the key. Short. Rebound tipped around. And Dale comes out of there with it. Dale runs to the center circle. She carries the ball all the way down the floor outside to Curry. 3 for Memorial is no good. Dahlquist skies for the board. Emma outside of Malco. Rochester runs. 3:40 to play in the third quarter. Malco gives to Holland high on the left side. 37-24 Rochester. Holland between the rings. Man-to-man defense by the Lady Chargers outside to Larkin. Larkin to the paint. Kicks it to Malco. 3 right wing for the Lady Zebras is short. Dahlquist with the rebound. Emma gets it down, and she is going to be fouled on the reach in by Memorial to be out of bounds to Rochester.
Now we just got to teach Dahlquist to keep the ball up above her head.
Yep.
That's a couple times she's gotten a good rebound. Good position, good block out, good rebound, and then she brings the ball down to her waist.
Almost as if a guard being so athletic, bringing it down instead of post-like, keeping it above her head.
Yep.
Billings-Tiller is in. Holland fakes the 3, drives around the defense at the elbow. Extended right, now to Malco. Malco will bring it out and reset at the volleyball line between the rings. Drives it right. Bounce pass to Holland on the right side. Looks to Ruff in the corner. Now X dribbles to the top of the key between the circles. Bounce pass to Ruff on the right side. Mo against the 2-3 zone by Memorial. Gives to Holland in the corner to Malco. Becky with the basketball. Loses the handle, picks it up, down low to Dahlquist. Her jumper on the way is going to be no good, but a foul coming on Carruthers. That'll be number 3, and Dahlquist will go to the line to shoot 2.
As the basketball hits the side of the basket, got bailed out.
Yeah, good call. I would agree.
For sure. One of those plays as the other coach saying, that was not a smart foul.
Or a foul at all.
Right.
Dahlquist with 2. Emma eyes the first one, lets her fly, and it's good. 38-24 Rochester, 2:51 to play in the third quarter. The sophomore Emma Dahlquist will have one more for the Lady Zebras. Southball sits herself. Puts it up for the second shot, in and out, no good. Jones with the rebound. Jones pushes for Memorial, right side of the floor. Dribbles around Holland, goes all the way to the basket, kicks it out to Lipsinski. Her long 3 is off the back of the rim, no good. Ruff is going to be knocked out of bounds off of Billings-Tiller.
Ruff was lucky she didn't pick up that third foul.
Yep. Not quite sure which ones they're calling, but for sure there's some.
Full court press by the Lady Chargers. Larkin will look to get it in. Larkin's got to get it in, does so to Holland. She breaks the press by herself. Middle of the floor for Rochester. Now pulls it back outside and resets on the left wing. Oh, I thought she was going to pop it.
I think she wanted to.
Larkin with the basketball between the rings. 2:30 to play in the third quarter.
I think she heard the voice of her coach in her ear.
It said, don't shoot this one.
Curry goes to the basket, shot no good, but Malco's going to pick up the foul. That's going to send Curry to the line to shoot 2 for Memorial. Tough pass that time by Holland. And Rochester up by 14 with 2:23 to play in the third quarter.
Malco picks up her second.
Definitely going to get in trouble this game on both sides if the person being passed to isn't stepping to the ball completely, because everyone's anticipating and lots of steal opportunities.
And Memorial's too fast to be lazy.
Yep, absolutely.
Curry's free throw good. Shively will come back into the game. Shively is going to replace Larkin for Rochester. 2 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 38-25, and Curry at the line to shoot one more for the Lady Chargers. Curry, a 5-foot sophomore, fires a second one. It's good. Dale comes back into the game, and Curry to come out. Brad Thomas, Abby Malco, I'm David Musselman. Rochester by 12 with 2:23 to play in the third quarter. Full court press by Memorial.
Up by 12, but doesn't seem like 12.
Well, I agree with that.
Lady Zebras had a 14-point lead in the first half, and we saw the Chargers cut it to 7 really quick.
With the blink of an eye, I agree.
And Rochester was just up by 14 about a minute ago.
Holland drives it left in the paint. She is fouled by Dale.
That's her third.
And it'll be out of bounds to Rochester. 2:04 to play. That may be her strength right now. Just dribble on the defense and make them foul us.
Yeah.
They're having a bout of foul trouble this half now instead.
I'm not too concerned with that.
No, I'm just pointing it out, just fact-checking.
Holland bounce past the rough. Mo drives the paint. Goes up for the shot. It's a tough shot. In and out. No good. Dahlquist with the rebound. Putback is no good. And Carruthers comes out of the whip it. Lipinski against Holland. Goes to the basket. Throws up a tough shot. No good. Rebound tipped around. Shively comes out of there with the basketball. Shively now gets to Holland. Boy, Dahlquist kept that alive.
Yes.
Streaking down the lane. And Jones knocks it out of bounds from behind with X handling it out of bounds to Rochester. The minute 42 to play in the third quarter.
But once again, down at the other end, good defense by Alexa Holland. The person with the ball thinking that she's going to foul her, and she just lays off.
Ruff gets the inbounds pass top of the key to Malco. Becky drives it left, kicks it out to Holland. 3 left wing. Good!
Holland with her third three-pointer in this ball game, and that time when she shot it, you see a little different spark in her eye, a little more determination in her eyes.
41-26 Rochester, minute 25 to play in the third. Jones with the basketball.
I think the more an opponent challenges Holland, the more she steps up her game.
I would agree. Getting the ball stripped from her didn't make her too happy.
Yeah.
Shot no good. And shy with the rebound. Malco has it with a minute 5 to play in the third quarter with Rochester up 41-26. Biggest lead of the evening. Malco drives around the defense in the paint. Now we're going to have a hand check foul on Lepczynski. And it's going to be out of bounds to Rochester as Kennedy Musselman will come back into the game with 3 fouls.
Lazinski picks up her third, so Elkhart Memorial facing some foul trouble.
Curry back in. Lepczynski will come out with, like Brad said, 4 personals.
3. Oh, they got 4. Wow.
Holland baseline left, look triggered in. X with the basketball. Bounce pass to wide open Shively. She puts it up. No good. Musselman to the rebound. Has it knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. It'll stay with Rochester with 56.7 to play in the third.
Wide open was correct.
She's lefty.
Oh, she is.
She is. Holland over the top of the defense to Shively. She loses the basketball to Jones. Jones will outrun the defense, and she'll go in for the layup. It is good. I thought Mo was going to pick up another foul.
Oh.
And then Shively's pass is taken away by Curry. Outside to Jones. Fakes left. Rolls right. Outside to Billings. Tiller. 15-footers in and out. No good. Musselman with the rebound. She gives to Holland. Now to Malco with 35. And now we're going to have a foul on Curry. And one more foul. Rochester will shoot free throws for the entire game.
Well, I have Curry now with 3.
Seeing that collision coming, there was not going to be anything good out of it.
I think the whistle blew before the collision happened.
I
agree.
Because there was 3 Elkhart players and Becky Malco charging.
And funneled right in against the baseline.
Yep.
Larkin looks to get it in. And the pass is knocked out of bounds by...
Hands, coach.
Yeah, he's paying attention.
Yeah, I guess so. I can see that.
Dad had it right well as either that or yeah. Larkin bounce pass to Malco. Becky down little Musselman. Kennedy backs her way in, throws up a shot. It's good. Kennedy has 8. It's 43-28 with 25 seconds.
And that's what we did the entire first quarter.
Yep, I agree. I was going to say, it looks familiar. We need to keep that going.
1-3-1 zone now by the Rochester defense with 17 seconds.
No foul.
High on the right side, yes. Dale to Jones with 12. Jones drives it right inside the three-point line to Dale with 7. Dale around the defense to Billings Tiller with 4. And the pass is knocked out of bounds by guess who? Yepper. 3.2 to play in the third. Rochester up 43-28. It'll be out of bounds to Memorial right in front of the student section of Rochester. Dale will look to get it in. Dale does to Curry. Long jumper off the side of the backboard, out of bounds. Rochester will have one more shot at it with 0.7 to play in the third quarter. They're going to say that's deflected. Get down the floor. Kennedy will probably be the recipient of this pass with 0.7 to play. Turn and shoot, Leitner. Bounce pass into Malco. Three-quarter court shot, no.
Close.
After 3, Rochester up 43-28. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Almost as bad as fouling 84 feet off the opposite end of your basket.
Yeah.
They're both up there. Not that I would know. I never got a lecture on that. Weird.
Once. Malcolm's free throw is no good. And the rebound to Axum. Out to Jones. Jones across the timeline. Picks her way through traffic. Right side of the floor now. Gives the baseline to Curry. Curry against Musselman. Yikes. Outside to Dale. Dale drives it left in the paint. Throws up a shot over the defense. No good. Musselman, a good block out. Grabs the board.
Very good block out.
Gives to Larkin. Very good.
You don't get a rebound in this game unless you block out.
Used the butt. I like it. Larkin drives it left against Curry. Outside to Holland, the left wing. X with the basketball. Down to Malco at the volleyball line against Billings Tiller. Works right wing, looking down low to Musselman. Nice entry pass. Kennedy goes up for a 10-point and gets it.
Yep, and that shot's been there every time anytime she can post up her defender, there's nobody to stop her from scoring.
Which is why there was a difference in the second quarter when she wasn't in the game.
Yep.
Curry's pass goes between two Lady Chargers, and it goes out of bounds. They both look at each other with their hands palms in the sky thinking, you getting it, you getting it. What are you doing?
Yep.
Turnover. Minute gone in the fourth quarter. Rochester up 45-28. Larkin across the timeline. Works against Jones. Larkin on the right wing. Drives down little Musselman. Kennedy backs her way in. Throws up another shot. Oh,
Musselman picks up her fourth as they're going to call her for a charge.
Huh.
The crap you call first half and you let that? That's awful. Oh, you let go. You're missing a pretty good game.
Elkhart Memorial bring it up against the zone with the Lady Zebras.
Malco tips the basketball out of bounds. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I have to take care of a little business.
Understood.
Kennedy will come out with 4 personal fouls. That's awful call. That's an awful call.
But their only defense to that play, because that was going to work all night long.
Yep. 45-28. Rochester up with 6:35 to play in the basketball game. And then Ruff kicks the basketball out of bounds. Nice job by Ruff jumping in the passing lane and kicking that away. The officiating today has been less than satisfactory, in my opinion.
Holidays. It's holidays.
Yep.
Curry bounce pass to Dale. Dale around to Malco. Works to the left wing. Outside to Jones. Jones around Malco. Down low in the paint. Throws up a shot over Dahlquist. No good. And Dahlquist is going to pick up her fourth. And it'll be Jones will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Emma's third.
So Jones with 12 points in the ball game, just 4 of 8 from the free throw line.
So both bigs now for Rochester. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Only
Emma
3.
just has 3.
Yep.
Jones' free throw is no good. One more coming for the senior. I like her. Have I said that before?
Jones,
I like her.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Jones, second free throw for Memorial. No good again. Dahlquist with another board.
As active as she is, though, she's going to get to the free throw line a lot.
Yep.
She's got to do better than 50%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
agree. As a senior, too.
Jones misses both freebies, 45-28. X, baseline to Larkin. Larkin looking for Ruff on the block. Passes it up, dribbles to the right wing. Now to the top of the key against the zone defense. Down low to Ruff. Ruff is fouling the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nice job by Ruff. Sealed her defender and then tried to go after the pass, and I believe she was held going to the pass and she'll shoot 1 in the bonus.
Well, that's Lipinski. That's her 5th.
It is.
She'll be done.
Is she the only one with three-pointers for Elkhart? Or?
Yes, I believe Curry has 1.
Okay.
She did not make
shooter.
it. She did not make a 3-pointer.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, Billings Tiller's got the only 3.
Mo has.
She had long too.
I was going to say she was shooting. That's fantastic. Mo's free throw is good. I don't think I saw her try to put a shot up, but if they're going to, well, that's kind of what we've been seeing all night.
Ruff's first point of the game.
Mo, second one, good again. 47-28, Rochester by 19 with 6 minutes to play in the game.
Which, like you said, Morgan Ruff's first points, but doesn't really matter with all the energy and everything else she's been doing.
Yeah. You know, speaking of energy, we have showed a lot of great energy tonight. Jones against Larkin kicks it out. Billings Tiller for 3. In as it rattles home.
Yeah, I would agree that the defensive energy has been pretty good.
Holland outside. Hands off to Malco between the rings with 5:35 to play in the basketball game. Down low to Dahlquist. Emma backs her way in, throws up a tough shot, no good. And the rebound to Jones. Jones picks her way through traffic. Tough dribble in the basketball. And now is going to have to get a little help, and she gets it from Dale. 47-31 Rochester. Dale to Jones. Over the top of the defense to Curry. Kennedy will try for the first time this year to foul out. Now we're going to have a timeout by Memorial. It'll be a 30. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. To play in the basketball game. Rochester up 47-31. Musselman back in the game, and Dahlquist will come out. I'm not sure what the official is trying to explain to Tony, but he's wrong.
Wasn't eavesdropping, I don't know.
Steele has a pass tipped out of bounds by Morgan Ruff. It'll stay with Memorial on the far side.
Well, the only way you get a charge in that situation is if you dip the shoulder.
Yeah,
yep.
Right.
So I'll have to go with that.
Curry looks to get it in over the defense. Does so to Billings-Tiller. Goes right side to Jones in the paint. Out to Billings-Tiller. 3 straight away from Memorial. Off high on the backboard. No good. And the rebound to Holland. Holland runs for Rochester. 5 minutes to play in the game. Lady Zebras up 47-31.
Bank was not open.
My goodness. Holland. Right wing. Top of the key to Ruff. I don't think X wants to feed it in to Kennedy because she's afraid to get a 5th foul.
Doesn't want her to foul out, right?
Wait for a couple minutes.
Malco with the basketball. Crossover dribble. Goes left side. Now out to to Larkin. Now to Holland in the center circle. 4:40 to play in the game. Rochester by 16. Holland against Jones. This should be fun. Holland backs it out to the volleyball line. Jones applies pressure. No count started yet. Behind her back dribble. Separates. Count starts over. Outside left to Larkin. 4:24 to play in the game. Rochester up 47-31. Holland then fouled by Jones, and X will go to the line to shoot 1 and the bonus.
Jones picks up her second.
You suppose that was called? Foul?
Yeah, I think because...
With 4 minutes to play? Well, it looked like one of those foul situations so we can send them to the line and shoot, so they can shoot free throws so we get the ball back. Unintentional, intentional, or unintentional,
right.
Unintentional, yeah. It looked like it to me anyway. Holland hits her first free throw. Second one for the senior is short. And rebound to Axum.
Yeah,
Axum to Dale. She travels and no call. Outside to Axum. Drives the baseline. Right around Kennedy. Reverse layup is no good, but Malco is going to pick up foul number 3. And Axum will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, I like the defense on Kennedy because she set herself low enough.
Right.
That she had to go under the backboard.
That she had to go behind the backboard.
Yeah.
And there was no contact made, but give Axum credit. She did try to do the reverse layup on the opposite side. Malco picking up the foul.
Skylar Axum's first free throw is good. She'll have one more. 48-32. 4:10 to play in the basketball game.
That's Axum's first points in the ball game.
Oh, boy. Kennedy's going to have to block out. Axum's second one is short. Nope, and rolls in. Hit the front of the rim, hit the side of the rim twice, and rolled over.
Had a couple of those tonight.
Yeah, you're right. 15-point lead now for the Lady Zebras. 48-33. Here comes a half-court trap by Memorial. Larkin back to Holland. She crosses the timeline. Holland against the double team. Runs around Jones, loses the handle, picks it up. A lot of contact, no foul. Out to Malco high on the right side. Now Memorial chasing the Rochester ball handlers. Larkin now to Malco. Malco splits a double team. Outside to Larkin near the volleyball line. Now to Holland on the near side. Back to Larkin on the far side. One dribble, now to X. X through the center circle. Splits the defense. Gives to Larkin. Alley drives it left, cut off by the double team. Now to Holland with 3.5 to play in the game. Rochester up 48-33. Malco, bounce pass to Larkin. Larkin's pass knocked out of bounds by Billings-Tiller.
Elkhart Memorial is not going to let Rochester dribble this game away if they can help it. And they're putting all kinds of pressure on these front 3 guards.
Not getting past the volleyball line.
And Ruff and Kennedy have their opportunities to be open.
Holland goes in for the layup. She's found on the shot. It falls off, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. So X at the line to shoot 2. Axon's first free foul of the night. X at the line for 2 for Rochester. First one's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
15,
one more coming.
15 now for Holland.
3 minutes left, second game of the day. Legs on your free throws is very important.
Second one is good again. 50-33 Rochester. Quickly up the floor is Jones. Adriana Jones, middle of the floor against Rochester's zone defense. Outside to Curry. Curry around the defense to Jones. She pushes off, no call, goes to the basket, throws up a shot. It is no good, rolls off Musselman with another rebound. Kennedy gives off to X, who gives to Larkin. 3 minutes to play in the game.
Credit to Kennedy. She kept her hands straight up in the air and did not move her feet.
Malco out to Holland. Holland with the basketball now between the rings, backs it out to the center circle. She works against Billings Tiller. Fakes the drive, pulls it out. Goes left, backs it out. Passes to Ruff, high on the left side against Dale. Ruff at the volleyball line. Now to the middle of the floor. Takes Dale down low. Her pass is kicked away. Great idea by Mo. Looking to go cross lane, but Axum there to stick her leg in the passing lane and deflect the ball, or Kennedy would have had an easy layup.
Yep, Mo driving down the right side of the lane, pulled the defense to her, leaving Kennedy wide open opposite side.
Larkin baseline left to trigger it in. Allie looking, gets it in to Becky Malco, right wing. Now dribbles to the top of the key, and Rochester will play chase again. Near side to Larkin. 2:25 to play in the game. Rochester up 50-33. Larkin bounce pass to Malco. Becky against Billings Tiller. Left side, middle of the floor now to Larkin. Right wing high on the right side to Holland, right in front of the Rochester bench. X near the center circle against Dale. Takes her right. And now, oh my good heavens, that wasn't even close. A 5-second call whistled against Rochester. That is awful. She couldn't even keep up with her, for crying out loud.
Well, another turnover for Rochester. That's 15.
2 minutes to play in the game. Jones in the paint at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Axum. Her 15-footer's no good. Ruff with another rebound. Low with the basketball. And now Jones picked up a foul, and Ruff will shoot 2 free throws.
Jones is third.
Well, there's a lot of things to be said about how good a basketball team is, whether you've got the skill, the talent, the physicality, and mental toughness is a lot of it too. And sometimes you don't get the calls you want. Sometimes the calls don't go your way, and you've got to be mentally tough enough
and how do you
to still win
adjust?
The ball game.
Yeah, how do you adjust to that?
There was no defense being played on her, and a 5-second count was whistled. That is awful.
There's nothing you can do to change it. You can't appeal it. All you have to do is play with it.
I'm going to light him up on the radio.
Yeah.
That's what you got. That's all you got.
Ruff.
It does you no good to argue against a call one way or another. You still have to play the game.
The pot calling the kettle black? Good heavens. 100 seconds to play in the game. Rochester at 51-33.
My beef was 15 years ago.
Oh.
He settled down now.
See, okay. Curry with the basketball. Bounce pass top of the key to Dale. Dale drives it left for the Memorial. Throws it up over Musselman. Shot no good. Ball tipped around it, and Larkin's down to the board. Minute 20 to play in the game. 51-33 Rochester.
But if you lose the game on a bad call, you're still a loser.
Right.
And you've got to work with you got to learn how to play through those things.
Minute 5. Rochester going to run their mark to 14-0. Ruff goes hard to the basket. Layup on the way. Good, and a foul.
Morgan Ruff with the good drive and the layup.
Mo will go to the line to shoot 1. Try to push this lead to 21. As the score right now is 53-33. The sophomore eyes a free throw. Lets it fly. It's good. 54-33, 60 seconds to play in the basketball game. Axum carries outside to Jones. Jones, middle of the floor, works hard down low. Ball being taken away and runs right into Musselman. Kennedy didn't move. Jones did.
Great job by Kennedy. She knows she can't do anything to try and deflect that. All she can do is stand there with her hands up.
She didn't even move. I like it.
Meanwhile, Alexa Holland ripped to the ground.
Yeah, 50 seconds.
I have no seconds.
Huh?
No seconds.
50 seconds.
No. It'll be the worst 50 seconds of radio broadcast history. And I'm not willing to do that.
50 seconds of radio silence. Is that what you're saying?
Holland misses the first one. Jones comes out, and back into the game is Carruthers. Emma Dahlquist will come back in if X misses or makes his free throw, as will Shively. First free throw by Holland is no good, and Holland comes out of there with the basketball.
Guess that works.
X, yep. Offensive rebound. Now to Malco with 43, and Coach Stasiak will probably use a timeout here shortly. Ruff around the defense, in the paint. Cross court to Larkin. Top of the key to Holland with 35. And now Coach Stasiak will empty the bench. Rochester up by 21 at 54-33. Coach Stasiak will use a 30-second timeout. 29.4 to play in the game. We'll take it. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Nice pass down low. Gas gets it in Dahlquist, and Dahlquist's shot was down and fell out. Nice entry pass by Courtney Gass to Emma Dahlquist, and she's fouling the shot. Emma will go to the line to shoot two with 23 seconds to play in the basketball game. Rochester by 21. Emma with two for Rochester. The 6-foot sophomore eyes the first one. Lets it fly, and it's good. She has worked really hard on her free throws.
Yeah, 4 now for Dahlquist.
One more coming for Dahlquist. 55-33 Rochester. Free throw by Dahlquist is good, and it's 56-33. 22 seconds. Billings-Tiller through the center circle. Rochester in a 2-3 zone. To Curry, high on the right side with 14. Back to Billings-Tiller. Now to Dale with 10. Dale, top of the key to Curry with 8. Curry holds with 6. Billings-Tiller high on the right side with 5. She'll take a 3 from the wing. It's good, and that'll do it. The final, Rochester wins by 20, 56-36. Post-game show coming up next, 92.1 WROI.